Hello and welcome to episode 215 of Retro Encounter, RPGFan's weekly podcast of many topics. I almost said weekly quiz show, which is false, because if this was a weekly quiz show, I would not get any sleep. Yes, that's right, we are bringing back the quiz show format that we first explored in May of this year. It was a lot of fun to record, it got a lot of positive feedback, so I knew I wanted to do a second one, and we ended up landing in December of 2019 for that episode. So, joining with me is the Vanna White to my Pat Sajak, Hilary Andreff.
Hello, everyone.
Now, Hilary, you helped me a little bit with formatting this, and we're going to be asking questions to our intrepid contestants.
Former losers.
Yeah.
Returning for this quiz show are Zach Wilkerson.
Hi there.
And Leona McCallum.
Howdy.
Also known as victims of the serial killer Patrick from 6 months ago.
We've been stuck in limbo ever since. This is the redemption.
Yes, this is a redemption attempt for our two returning contestants. We are going to go through, in total through this episode, 3 rounds, with round 1 being Leona versus Zach, round 2 being another 2 contestants, and round 3 being a finals between the winner of the previous 2 rounds. So half of you will be returning for later in this podcast, but we have to determine which half right now. Well, let's see, I do want to get right into it. Also, so this podcast ends up under 2 hours and 45 minutes. Let's talk about formatting and background a little bit first. This is patterned a little bit off of the well-known NPR quiz show, Ask Me Another, with a similar format and similar question types. It's mostly going to be short answer, 1 or 2 sentence questions. And changes from the last time we did the quiz show, I think the difficulty is a little lower. I don't have any free-to-play French MMOs this time, with apologies to Zach. And also, I simplified the scoring system a little bit. There's no more, half points for getting the steal. I'll explain the scoring with each round, but it's a little bit easier to follow than last time. But one last thing before we get into it, starting with you, Zach. If a category or topic were to come up and it was your dream topic, your ideal, I'm going to get all the points this round kind of topic, what would that be?
I'd still have to say Square Super Nintendo games.
All right. Okay. Well, I will make sure to set aside all the chrono triggers and all just for you here. Okay. I'll got to change this name to Leona from Leona to Zach. Got it. Okay. And Leona, same question. Leona, same question. What is an ideal topic or category for you in this quiz?
I guess Final Fantasy from the year 1995 to about 2002.
Okay, well, all right. That I guess that your dream topics overlap a little bit, and oh my, this is this is interesting. Maybe one of those will come up. Maybe. But before we go into it, who wants to go first? You're all going to be asked the same number of questions, but this could affect who gets that mid-90s Final Fantasy question.
After you, Zach.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm happy to go first.
All right. And one last thing, listeners to the first quiz show episode will know this. There are no toss-up or buzzer-beating questions. We will have every question directed to the player because we wanted to avoid latency or timing being a factor. Hilary and I will attempt to clearly enunciate Leona or Zach before each of their questions. So, round 1. Player's choice. You might remember back in the day before Nintendo Selects, Nintendo games that reached some kind of sales number would have a player's choice sticker that went right next to the Nintendo seal of quality. So this round is all games for Nintendo systems, not strictly developed by Nintendo, but games for Nintendo systems, and players will choose the category that they want. We will give you 3 categories. You choose one, you get a question in that category. And it is 1 point for a correct answer, and if you get you'll have about 5 seconds to buzz in, or 5 seconds to give the answer. And if you get it wrong, then your opponent will have 2 seconds to steal the point. And it's 1 point for first try, 1 point for the steal. Same deal.
Okay.
And the steal gets much less time because they had more time to consider the answer to the question. Mm-hmm. All right, so starting with you, Zach, your 3 categories are Xenoblade, Zelda Dungeons, or Who's That Pokemon?
I'll take Xenoblade.
All right. This giant monster is found in both Xenoblade Chronicles and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 at level 81 when the other enemies nearby are around level 10.
He's a big monkey. He runs around, camera planes.
That is all correct, but that's not an answer.
I know. I can't remember. Leona's going to steal it.
Leona, can you steal?
Donkey Kong.
Incorrect, but I appreciate the spirit of the Nintendo round. The answer is the Territorial Rotbart.
What a great name.
Yeah. Now, Leona, I apologize to Zach in advance for this. Hilary, go and read Leona her choices.
Okay, Leona, your choices are Zelda Dungeons, Who's That Pokemon, or Final Fantasy on the SNES.
I'll actually take Who's That Pokemon.
Name the Pokemon from the following Pokedex description. The wing feathers it sheds can be processed and made into knives, whose sharpness is recognized by the finest chefs.
Skamori?
Correct.
That's correct. 1 point to Leona.
Good work, Leona.
Thank you.
All right, Zach, your choice of categories. Zelda Dungeons, Final Fantasy on the SNES, or the Mana Collection?
I'll take Final Fantasy on the SNES.
All right. This Final Fantasy staple is found in the basement of Baron Castle in Final Fantasy IV, in the basement of Baal Castle in Final Fantasy V, and in the underground Ancient Castle in Final Fantasy VI.
Is it like a cafe brothel area?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Leona, can you steal?
Ribbon?
That's also incorrect. The answer is Odin.
I remember that now.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly when I noticed this, but just it occurred to me that Odin's found in the basement of a castle all the time.
Yeah, it's true.
That's fair.
And there's a cool little backstory in 6.
Oh yeah, there's a whole story of this ancient castle and a love story between Odin and a queen. It's really beautiful how they handle Odin in Final Fantasy VI. Leona, it's your turn. Your 3 categories choices are Zelda Dungeons, the Mana Collection, or DS and Chill.
DS and chill, please.
Okay, this is maybe about more low-key games that may involve farming. In this DS sequel, the amnesiac Micah, who can transform into a sheep monster, agrees to help maintain Sharant's farm, a space surrounding a flowering tree that has not bloomed in 50 years.
Oh, no idea.
Okay, Zach, can you steal?
I'll say Rune Factory 2. I have no idea.
You're so close. It's Rune Factory 3.
Oh, wow. For Zach.
All right.
Okay.
That was a total shot in the dark. I didn't deserve it anyway.
Close, though. All right,
Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah, we are 4 questions in, and there are 3 more in this round for Leona and Zach.
Okay, so, Zach, your categories this time around are Zelda Dungeons, the Mana Collection, or Visual Novel Detectives.
I'll take the Mana Collection.
Okay. In the recently localized trials of Mana, the main characters meet a friendly creature named Vuskabu, or Vuskav, who helps them travel around the world. What kind of animal is Vuskabu?
He's a giant turtle.
Right, and
Yep.
bonus points if you mention that he's wearing a snorkel. And goggles.
But Booskaboo is an extremely good boy.
He is a very, very good boy.
All right, so 1 point for Zach. And Leona, final question of the round.
Okay.
Zelda Dungeons, Visual Novel Detectives, or Put It on the Switch?
Visual novel detectives, please.
Okay. This former detective, who works as a salesman for Red Crown, is forever in search of his former partner, Brian Bradley. As of the events of Last Window, The Secret of Cape West, Brian Bradley's whereabouts are unknown.
No. Pass.
I need an answer. Okay. All right, Zach, can you steal?
I'm going to guess we're talking about Ghost Trick, but I don't know.
Nope. The answer is Kyle Hyde, who is the main character of Last Window and Hotel Dusk.
I knew Last Window, and I was like, what's the name of the other one?
Yeah. Right now, with after round 1, the score is a healthy 1-1. Maybe I was lying about making this a little bit easier than last time.
No, we're just...
Nah, I should have gotten the other question for
But
sure.
okay, now in round 2, I guarantee both of you will see your scores explode into the higher numbers because just It's everyone's favorite, America's favorite middle round of RPG fan quiz shows. This, that, or the other. Now, for this round, I was trying to think of RPGs with very large casts, and I landed on Suikoden, which has 108 recruitable or more recruitable characters in each game, and Fire Emblem, which has 30 to 70 characters recruitable in each game, and Radiata Stories, which is only one game but has 180 characters you can play in it. So you see where this is going. I'm going to name a character or a group of characters, and you have to tell me whether they're from Suikoden, Fire Emblem, or Radiata Stories.
Got it.
All right.
And for example, if I were to say Victor and Flick, it would be Suikoden. And if I were to say Hector and Eliwood, it would be Fire Emblem.
Yes.
And there are some repeated names that are shared between characters in multiple games, which means I couldn't use Astrid in good faith, which disappointed me a little bit. You'll see what we did. We aren't playing unfair here. Okay, this time, Hilary, you answer the questions for Zach. Go ahead.
Okay, so question 1, Zach. Brother and sister duo Genius and Leona, a professor and a student at a magic institute.
Let's say Radiata Stories.
Correct.
Oh, and I should go without saying, first, there are no steals this round. And second, I couldn't give Leona the Leona question because that seemed a little unfair. Okay, so Leona, your first question. Nephany, a young woman who fights using lances and is the oldest of 6 siblings.
Fire Emblem.
Also correct. She's maybe my favorite rando unit in Path of Radiance. Yeah, I love her too. She's great.
She's absolutely.
I've only played that game 1.5 times, and both times I'm like, Nephany, my girl, what's up?
She was also the first time you got to play as a soldier.
Yeah, or something
as a base class.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah, she's a lance infantry, which is extremely common in enemies, but I think she's either the first or second time ever is Nephany, and maybe the first time was in a Japan only game. It's crazy. So anyway, Nephany represent.
Next question, Zach. Killy, a treasure hunter whose outfit resembles that of a Final Fantasy. Yep.
Correct. I don't think anyone that's played Suikoden 2 is gonna.
Killy's the most broken character in the game.
Yeah,
so.
he's the best character in the game, and he's totally a red mage.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Leona.
Yes.
Thanos, who works in a theater, not a space warlord born on the moon of Saturn.
Radiata Stories.
That is correct. Yeah, when I saw that there was a character named Thanos, I'm like, I have to include this guy somehow.
Snap.
Yes.
And I had to do some cross-referencing to make sure there wasn't a Fire Emblem or Suikoden Thanos.
Okay, next question for you, Zach. Canis, a friendly, pleasant man who happens to wield terrifying Eldritch Darkness magic.
Fire Emblem?
Correct?
Mm-hmm. He's really the only darkness user you get in Fire Emblem 7, so you get a lot of mileage out of Canis. He's good. Mm-hmm.
He's good.
And but Leona, it's your turn.
Okay.
Fungi, a cook whose head and haircut together resemble a mushroom.
Radiata Stories. What's it called, that game?
Radiata Stories, but the answer is Suikoden.
Yeah.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
It is indeed.
Fungi? Which one?
I think he was in. Oh shoot! It was in Suikoden 3 or 4. But he's
it's probably 4.
Yeah, he's a cook with a very unfortunate haircut.
Yeah, I think it's 4.
It must be 4. Yeah. Damn.
Next question for Zach. Mel, a ventriloquist accompanied by her wolf-like puppet, Frankie.
I'm gonna guess Radiata Stories.
Oh.
Nope.
It's Suikoden.
Oh, is it?
Suikoden 3. Mel. She's got the wolf puppet. Yeah.
I haven't played Suikoden 3 in a long time. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's like me and 4 then.
Yeah.
All right, Leona, last question of the round.
Okay.
Johan and Johalva, 2 young noblemen who both fall in love with Princess Larche. You can only recruit one of the 2 Axe brothers.
Radiata Stories.
It's Fire Emblem.
Is it like an old one?
Yep, it is. It's Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, which is
I've not played that one.
Which is my secret hope that that one gets remade, because it's a really good one if you get around all of the extremely disturbing middle chapter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I've heard things. Yeah.
So that's the end of round 2, and Zach is ahead 4 points to 3.
Ooh, so close.
But here's one chance that you get to increase your scores by quite a lot in quite a short amount of time. Hilary, you've prepared a question for each contestant, and this question is going to be worth 10 points.
Oh my god.
So Hilary, go ahead with Zach's question.
My special bonus question category is graphic adventures. Most of them are pretty old. Zach, your first question. When receiving their Industry Icon Award, what was the item that Roberta and Ken Williams gave to the odd gentlemen who were in charge of the most recent King's Quest episodic reboot as a hats off and to pass the torch?
A book. I don't know.
Incorrect.
No, it's King Graham's adventuring cap.
I would have been so impressed if you got that, Zach.
Yeah,
no kidding, right?
Okay, Hilary, what is Leona's special bonus question?
All right, Leona. When she's not working for Sierra or writing possibly steamy novels, the writer of Gabriel Knight, an all-around graphic adventure icon, goes by what name?
I'm sorry, that's time.
That's Jane Elizabeth Smith, also known as Jane Jensen.
How could I have got that?
Yeah, right?
on, Leona.
I'm surprised, man. You had the entire game right in front of you, and you just both dropped the ball. Huh, weird.
Yeah.
I think we interviewed her, actually, a long time ago for the site.
Possibly. That sounds like a Neil Chandran interview if I've ever heard one.
It does. It does.
Oh, thanks, Hilary,
Like,
so
Yeah,
much.
thanks for giving us the opportunity, Hilary.
Perfect. So the score is still 4-3, surprisingly. I mean, I don't know what happened there. But now we move on to the final round where points are doubled. Now every question correct is 2 points, and every steal is also 2 points. So it is very much either player's game. And the category is, you might remember an episode like this earlier this year, mythology and folklore in RPGs.
Yay!
Awesome.
All right.
Now we're not gonna have you identify obscure Indonesian monsters in Persona 4. That would be unfair. It would be. But we're going to describe something from myth and their role in a particular game, and you identify the game. So every answer is a game. Every answer is 2 points, and we do have steals possible in this round. So let's see. Hilary, go ahead and start. Let's start with Leona's questions.
Sure. Okay, Leona. Orpheus, a musician from Greek myth, was granted the opportunity to rescue his deceased lover from Hades, so long as he never looked at her during their journey back to the land of the living. In which PS2 RPG with a similar theme of moving forward without looking back, does the main character invoke Orpheus by name?
Persona 3.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. No one got the Persona 3 question 6 months ago, so I was determined to give the players a second chance.
Oh, I would have missed it again. Don't worry.
I've redeemed it.
Perfect. Okay, Zach, your first question. Cerberus, the three-headed dog and guardian of Hades in Greek myth, features in many RPGs, but in which game is Cerberus a 24-player boss battle in the World of Darkness raid within the Crystal Tower? The best way to kill this Cerberus is to allow yourself to be shrunk and eaten by the dog and attack its stomach lining from the inside.
Final Fantasy 14.
Correct.
Correct.
Oh, I didn't know that one.
That was a total guess. I mean, I was
I was
like
gonna say
24
Kingdom
players.
Yeah, 24 players, World of Darkness, sounds like the
And
Final
also,
Fantasy one.
Mike
also,
Sollosi.
yeah, also keep in mind who's writing these questions.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
That is something you should think about for every single round. It's like, okay, this is Sollosi writing these. It's very unlikely that the answer is ever going to be Kingdom Hearts, which does have Cerberus.
But you love Kingdom Hearts.
I have feelings about Kingdom Hearts. But Hilary, let's read Leona her second question.
Okay. Stone guardian lions, sometimes called shishi or komanu, feature prominently in Chinese mythology and architecture, almost always in pairs. What PlayStation RPG features two guardian lions named Atur and Wonku, who are bosses fought in the second half of the game, following the orders of their master, Folu?
Xenogears?
Incorrect. Zach, can you steal?
Lunar 2?
Also incorrect.
I was going to say, I played that one. I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't either, but I couldn't remember the names. I don't know. Let's give it a shot.
The answer is Breath of Fire 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot he was the villain of Breath of Fire 4.
Yeah, Folu is an awesome
That's an easy
main villain.
question.
Yeah.
All right.
Breath of Fire 4, another question that no one got right in the first quiz.
Yeah.
So I brought it back. This is not the last time this is going to happen either.
Okay, I've got to play Breath of Fire 4 if I ever come on again.
Yeah. If the pattern continues, that's correct. Persona 3 is retired, but Breath of Fire 4 is not. Zach, your second question. This 16-bit RPG has our heroes travel to ruins of 3 ancient warring nations named after Norse mythological figures: the Kingdom of Fenrir, the Republic of Odin, and the City of Thor. The party must find the treasures of all 3 civilizations to assemble the Eternal Sword and save their world.
I don't know.
All right, Leona, can you steal?
I cannot.
Ah, darn. It's Tales of Fantasia.
I've not played a single Tales game.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I haven't played Tales of Fantasia for a while, so yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, that's all stuff in the, I don't know, the last quarter, the last third of the game. It's
Yeah.
but it's a good one. It's a good one. I like Tales of Fantasia a lot, as long as you don't play that terrible GBA port.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, are you ready, Leona?
As I'll ever be.
All right.
Oh, before you go, though, this is the last question for each of you. And right now the score is Zach with 6 points and Leona with 5 points.
Still really close.
Yeah.
It sure is.
The Kamui region in this video game draws inspiration from the Ainu people indigenous to the Japanese island of Hokkaido, including the village of Wepker and the 2 owl demons terrorizing Kamui, both of which reference Ainu language and folklore.
Jade Cocoon.
Incorrect. Zach, can you steal?
Jake Cocoon 2.
It's Okami.
Oh. Never played Okami.
Never played it.
It's good.
Yeah, I've heard that. It just hasn't happened for me.
And the Ainu people, I don't think they're persecuted the same way they were, centuries ago. But they're a little bit of an ignored group within Japan. So I thought it was super cool that Okami had a whole Ainu section of the story.
Yeah.
So Zach, this is the last question of the round. You are, of this game. You're ahead by 1 point, but if you get it wrong and Leona steals, it's Leona's game.
Okay.
Tense.
One minor villain in this RPG is named Bat, who appropriately transforms into Camazotz, a bat god of death from Mayan myth. Camazotz is unusual in this game, as most of the transforming demons populating it are named after Asuras and Devas from Hinduism.
I don't know.
Okay, Leona, can you steal?
Digital Devil Saga?
That's 2 points for Leona and the
Leona
game.
Gets the win.
Congratulations, Leona. You're going to be showing up for our finals, which is 2 rounds from now. And with apologies to Zach, you both played it very close and very hard. You did really well.
Good game.
And the moral of the story is, Zach, you should play Digital Devil Saga. Leona, you should play Tales of Fantasia, and you both should play Okami.
Everyone should go Breath of Fire for it.
Yes. All those last 4 questions, play those. That's it. Just play those last 4.
Fair enough.
But anyway, thank you so much for joining me for part 1, and soon we'll be on to part 2.
Predictable!
And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking along with us. We're here for round 2 of the second RPG fan quiz show. We have 2 new contestants, not returning ones like the previous round, and they are looking forward to feel smart and then alternately embarrass themselves. So returning with me is Hilary.
Hi.
Now, Hilary, you and I are going to challenge the noggins of these 2 RPG fan bosses. This is a management round.
Yes.
If one of them makes a terrible mistake, I'll only hold it over their heads forever. Starting with Alana Hagues.
You've got so many things over me right now anyway. I don't think it matters.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Neither do I. I'm just extremely nervous.
Don't be. And also, don't be nervous, Mike Salbato.
Yes, I'm Mike. I run the website or something.
But this Mike runs this quiz. So you're powerless here.
I am powerless here. In front of you, I have no power.
Oh man, that just gave me a tingle. I'm gonna have to isolate that audio and save it for special occasions.
Okay. I mean, I'm sitting because if I stood up, I would not be able to stand up fully. My legs would be jelly in your presence.
Oh my.
You are much closer to each other in physical terms than you have been for a while.
That's true.
So,
East Coast.
Yeah. Yeah, we're even more concentrated on the East Coast of North America on RPGFan now. But anyway, back to the quiz. Listeners, you just heard Leona and Zach duke it out on a quiz show, so you know the rules, and it's very fresh in your mind. But that's not the case for Alana or Mike. We're going to have 3 rounds, 20 questions total, and I'll explain how each round works as we get to them. And unlike the previous quiz show, I tried to make the difficulty a little lower, and I made the point scoring system a little easier to follow. So hopefully that makes for a better quizzing experience, both as an audience member and as a player for our 2 next contestants. Before we start, starting with you, Alana, what is perhaps a dream category for you? Like, you hear the category name and you get a little bit fired up, you get a little bit more confident.
maybe surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, I think I would be very good on a music round. Maybe specifically RPG battle music. Like, I'm usually pretty good at identifying, or even games I haven't played, I can probably at least guess relatively closely to what RPG would have that battle system music or whatever. So I think something like that I'd be pretty happy with that. It'd be putting a lot on the line for me, but
interesting.
I would enjoy it. I love listening to random video game music. And
you know, now that Patrick isn't on the podcast, I'm that much more likely to have a Name That Tune round. So I won't say it's happening today, but I don't know. There's always round 3, which I have not finished writing yet, full disclosure. So Mike, same question to you. What is a category that would instill some confidence in you?
Boy, that's a good question. Maybe something musical.
All right. Well, okay, our musical duo this time is not getting their wish. There isn't a music round in part 2, but may yet in part 3. Now my imagination is starting to run wild. But now is not the time for imagination. Now is the time for quizzing. Let's begin with round 1. Round 1 is called Player's Choice. You might remember Player's Choice icons appearing on the covers of Nintendo games several years ago before they adopted the name Nintendo Selects for their bestsellers. I'm going to present each player 3 categories, or Hilary and I alternatingly will, and you choose the category, get a question from in that category, and the next player gets that category replaced with a new one. Every question in this round is worth 1 point, and you have about 5 seconds to answer. If you get it wrong, then your opponent gets about 2 seconds to steal the point. And it's 1 point for a right answer, 1 point for a steal. Do you understand the format?
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. Now, who wants to go first?
Alana wants to go first.
All right. Thank you for volunteering, Alana.
My pleasure.
Okay, Alana, your 3 starting categories are NPCs in Mario RPGs, Fire Emblem units, or Earthbound enemies. And I should mention, we mentioned that Player's Choice stickers are on Nintendo games. Every question in this round will be a game on a Nintendo system, or pertaining to a game on a Nintendo system.
Okay. Wow, those are 3 very terrible subjects. I will go for Mario NPCs, but with very little faith.
NPCs in Mario RPGs. In Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga, this hero of the Bean Bean Kingdom is turned into a dragon by the sorceress Cacletta and then sealed inside an egg. He is extremely good at flipping his hair stylishly to one side.
I should totally know that. And I now feel like a complete idiot, because I haven't played this game since 2002.
Oh no.
Whenever it first came out.
Well, okay, I think it's been more than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Mike, can you steal?
Nope, same with me. I haven't played it since the game launched.
It's too bad. Well, the answer is Prince Peasley,
No.
who has a passing resemblance to the vegetable pea. So I think that's part of it. So no points on that one. Hilary, go and ask Mike is first.
All right. Your options are Fire Emblem units, Earthbound enemies, or GameCube games.
GameCube games.
Okay. Tales of Symphonia is set on 2 parallel worlds, Silverand and Tithala. What is the name of the third realm in Tales of Symphonia, where beings called angels manipulate the flow of mana between the two worlds of humans and elves?
I think the answer is I should have picked the Earthbound question. I don't know.
Alana, can you steal?
Darius Karlon.
Yeah.
All right, Alana, it's your turn. Your 3 choices of category are Fire Emblem units, Earthbound enemies, or Octopath Traveler.
Ooh, yeah, Octopath Traveler.
All right. This one of the 8 travelers fights no boss battles against humans in their story path, defeating an ape-like monster, a giant stag, a winged dragon, and the wraith Red Eye as their story bosses.
Would be my first choice of character, Hornet.
That's correct. 1 point for Alana.
Yay!
All right. Ready for your next choice?
Yes.
Okay. So, your options are Fire Emblem units, Earthbound enemies, or Welcome to the Handheld Castlevania.
Okay.
Such a nice surprise.
Okay, I'm going to try Castlevania because I've played more of those than Earthbound, but not for a while.
Okay. Castlevania Bloodlines for the Sega Genesis introduced Eric Lecarde as a playable character. In what later Castlevania does the ghost of Eric Lecarde help the protagonist from the sidelines?
I made a horrible mistake, didn't I?
What a terrible night to have a curse. Alana, can you steal?
It's Portrait of Ruin, and he's a shopkeeper.
Oh,
Correct.
okay.
Yep. All right, so 1 point to Alana on the steal. We have 2 more questions in this round. So, Alana, your choices are a couple of ones that have been hanging around a while. Fire Emblem units, Earthbound enemies, or Zelda dungeons.
I'll get rid of one of the older ones. Let's go with Fire Emblem units.
Okay. Seth from Sacred Stones, Titania from Path of Radiance, and Xander from Fates each start in this class that appears in every Fire Emblem game.
Oh, Jesus. Cavalier?
Incorrect. Mike, can you steal?
I can't.
You were close, Alana. It's Paladin.
No!
They're both
God!
yeah. Those are the 3 pre-promotes helpers from the beginning in each of their games. But Xander only if you do the conquest path. So yeah. Cavalier is the lower level, Paladin's the higher level. I can't give it to you. Sorry.
That's fine.
So 1 question left in this round, and it's Mike's.
All right. Options are Earthbound enemies, Zelda dungeons, or put it on the Switch.
Zelda Dungeons.
Okay. There's a dungeon of this name in both Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. They contain the boomerang and long switch, respectively.
Long Switch?
Yeah, the long switch is in Oracle of Ages. It's like the hook shot, but I need an answer from you, Mike.
Yes. Oh, Jesus. I should know that.
I'm sorry, man. It's been more than 5 seconds.
Yep.
Alana, can you steal?
Can I guess the bottomless well, so the Shadow Temple?
No.
Not played Oracle of Ages.
It's Jabu Jabu's belly.
Oh, God, it is!
Yep.
Jabba was in the Oracle games?
Yep, it was in only Oracle of Ages, though. And it was as much of a surprise to me, also. What, hello?
Yeah, I played Seasons. So
Wow, yeah.
Oh, I played both of them. I replayed both Oracle games last year, in fact. And you know what? They hold up. I like both of those games a lot.
They would make prime Link's Awakening style remakes.
Yeah.
Agreed. But let's see. After 1 round, the score is 3 points to 0 in favor of Alana.
Oh, wow.
So, Mike, don't worry. There's plenty of chances to catch up. Again, we're only 30% through the quiz. And the point totals will increase, but not quite yet. Because round 2 is America's favorite round that happens in the middle of RPGFan quizzes. It's this, that, or the other. Now, to explain this a little bit, listeners already know this. I'm going to present 3 categories, and the answer is always one of those categories. It's if you guess the same thing 4 times in a row, you'll probably get at least 1 right. And this time, we are focusing on character attacks. The answer will always be either a skill in a Persona game, a spell in a Dragon Quest game, or a move in a Pokemon game.
Oh,
So we're looking.
nice.
So the answer is going to be Persona skill, Dragon Quest spell, Pokemon move. You can just give me the name of the series. You don't need to identify games or what the spell or skill does. None of that. Just Persona, Dragon Quest, or Pokemon, which makes it very clear that I'm the person that wrote this quiz.
Oh yes.
Definitely.
All right, so Alana, we'll have you go first, and we'll have Hilary read your questions this time. So go ahead, Hilary.
And correct me if I'm wrong, we're not stealing this round?
Correct. There are no steals in this round because that would just make it a little bit too easy, going from a 1/3 chance to a 1/2 chance.
Yep. Okay.
Each question is worth 1 point again.
So, Alana, your first skill to identify the game is Dragon Hustle.
Pokemon?
Nope. It's Persona.
Wow, I have never seen that skill before.
It's a little uncommon. I think Chie learns it, and it costs like a million SP, but increases speed, attack, and defense up by 1 zap. But yeah, I mean, Chie doesn't have a lot of use for SP. She's kind of the meathead of the whole cast.
She is.
All right, Mike, your first one is Puff
Puff.
with an exclamation point.
Dragon Quest.
That's correct. It was called B-Dragon in some older Dragon Quest games, but it's a mage spell that they turn into a dragon and breathe fire on everybody.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, you ready, Alana?
I'm ready.
Your next skill is Precipice Blades.
Oh my word. I'm gonna go
Need
for
an answer.
Dragon Quest.
Nope, that's actually Pokemon.
What?
Yeah,
Oh my-
it's Groudon's special move in Omega Ruby. Yeah.
Groupon?
Groupon.
Groupon.
Oh, Groupon. Can you get a Groudon with a Groupon?
I wish. Yeah, that's what we call him.
All right, Mike. Your next answer is Sacred Sword.
Dragon Quest.
It's Pokemon.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, it's the Three Musketeers move in Black and White.
Oh wow. Okay.
So Keldeo learns it, and the other 2 guys whose names escape me. There's so many Pokemon. I mix them up all the time.
Yeah, it's
Oh, yeah,
Tourmaline, Keldeo,
and Terrakion is one of them.
Virizion.
Oh yeah, Virizion and Terrakion. That's it. We got
There
them
we
all.
go.
Yeah. Okay. So teamwork makes the dream work, Alana.
It does.
Yay. So, Alana, your next skill is Whack. No exclamation point.
No exclamation point. I'd still go for Dragon Quest.
Correct.
Yeah,
That is-
whack, and thwack are the instant death spells in Dragon Quest.
That's it.
So Mike, now remember, Final Fantasy is not an option here. Diamond Dust.
Ooh. Persona.
Correct.
Which one?
It's in a couple of them. I think at least 4 and 5. It's a extremely powerful ice move that I think. Oh shoot, Lucifer or Satan or one of them learns that. One version of the Judeo-Christian devil.
Appropriately.
So we have one more for each of you in this round. Go ahead with the next one, Hilary.
Alana, your next skill is Psychoforce.
Psycho Force. Persona?
Correct.
Oh!
I tried to trick you into saying Pokemon because of all of the psychic and psycho and
You
all
also just
stuff
know
there.
Pokemon. You just know that Pokemon's in the brain as well.
yeah. No, I think Pokemon should be near the top of a lot of people's brains right now. This episode is airing after Pokemon Sword and Shield come out, but recording before. So we're all so we all have Pokemon on the brain, but Mike might need Pokemon on the brain, but he also might need Dragon Quest or Persona on the brain because it's the last question of the round. Mike, Purify.
Pokemon.
Correct. Oh shoot, that weird sea sponge Pokemon learns Purify.
Pyukumuku.
That's it.
Yeah.
What? It sounds like a fairy move. What kind is it?
Oh shoot, I'm not sure if it's a poison move or a water move.
I think it's normal, is it not?
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
It cures itself of a status effect, and if it successfully does that, it also heals itself like a recover or a roost.
Ah, okay.
So it's literally a good idea for that Pokemon to poison itself, which is strange.
It's Simpsons logic. You have every disease.
It is a poison type.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I figured it was poison or water, because I mean that's what that Pokemon is, just like nothing but defense and poisoning and self-healing. Pyukumuku is not a particular favorite of mine, except that his name is fun to say.
I do like the name Pyukumuku a lot.
All right, so we're down to round 3, but before that we have a special bonus round. Hilary, you've prepared a question for each of our contestants.
Yes.
And I should mention the score right now is Alana 5 points and Mike 3 points. Very much any player's game.
Oh, nice.
Especially if you get this next question, which is worth 10 points.
Yep, this is the special bonus round.
Mm-hmm.
10 points if you get your question. And the loose theme is old school graphic adventures.
Oh.
Okay, let's have a...
That's definitely a Hilary question.
Yeah, let's have Mike go first instead of Alana this time.
Okay, so I need the name of the character in the Mist series who wrote the Book of Mist.
I knew I should have finished that game this summer.
Need an answer from you, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah, darn. 10 points, right? Slipping through your fingers.
So that would be Anna, or I would have also accepted Catherine, because Anna was teaching Catherine how to write.
Catherine or Anne, like the lady that wrote the lottery.
Yes. You ready for your question, Alana?
No.
Here it is anyway.
Yeah. In The Longest Journey, what mundane item does April Ryan use to entrap the alchemist Robert Clax?
Do you know what? I'm just gonna guess with a... Oh, good grief. Do you know what? Why can I not think of a mundane item? A lamp. A lamp. Like a light.
That's a good guess, but no, it's a calculator.
Right, okay. I was closer with toothbrush with my first answer.
That's too bad. No one gets the free 10 points that we so generously offered. What a shame.
Yeah, it's generous.
Josh, it's almost like it was, free is my exact response. Are you kidding? Free?
Mm-hmm, yeah. There weren't any frills attached to that one. Huh, weird that in the previous round they couldn't get the free bonus question either. Isn't that strange, Hilary?
Yeah. I don't know what's with that.
The correct answer is we all just need to be more like Hilary.
Agreed.
More graphic adventures, please.
All right, I'm afraid that this final round has fewer graphic adventures and much more food. The subject is RPG cuisine, which you might remember was the name of a Thanksgiving era 2017 RPG Retro Encounter episode. We are going to describe a cooking system or restaurant or dish in an RPG. Or a game within RPGFan's coverage, and you identify the game. You don't have to identify elements within the game. Every answer will be a video game. The score is still Alana with 5 points, Mike 3 points, but now the point values are doubled. It's 2 points for a correct answer, or 2 points for a steal.
Ooh.
And let's have Mike go first again. Hilary, read Mike his first question.
Okay. First question. After you recruit Hayo in this 1999 RPG, a wide variety of chefs from around the world will challenge him to cooking duels in your castle's kitchen, with the player character working as Hayo's sous chef.
Suikoden 2.
Yep.
Correct.
Did it again.
Damn.
Well, almost.
Well, the answer was right. It's okay for you to confirm if I got it right.
I know, I'm just too quick to... Okay.
All right, Alana, your first question about RPG cuisine. In this 2018 title, you can cook raw meat over a spit yourself for stamina bonuses, but making a timing error will result in a steak that's too rare or burnt to a crisp. It's usually easier to visit the canteen and have the Meowscular chef or Graham Meowster chef to whip something up for you.
Oh my word. Grand Meowster chef. I absolutely have no idea.
Ah, okay. Mike, can you steal?
Monster Hunter World.
That's correct.
Shoot! Oh my god, it's so obvious.
I love the Meowscular chef. I aspire to be like the Meowscular chef.
I've got to ask you about the new chef in Iceborne.
Yeah, the Grandmeowster chef. She's a granny chef that is like very sweetly gives you some very, very delicious looking platters.
I did learn that there is a cooking minigame in Monster Hunter, though. So
yeah, they've had that cooking minigame in there, I think, since the beginning, with the same silly jingle that you have to press the X button to time along with. Or at least since I started playing Monster Hunter games in the PSP era. But that's enough of the PSP era. I don't think this next one is not a PSP game. Hilary, go ahead with Mike's second question.
All right. The Patissier job class in this 2016 RPG uses the Bon Appetit skill to combine ingredients into status effect attacks. For example, the Thunder Tart skill lowers enemy resistance to lightning spells, and the Silencing Souffle skill mutes the target.
Wow, I don't know.
All right. Alana, can you steal?
is it Bravely Second?
Correct.
It is.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
All right, Alana, your second question of the round. This PlayStation RPG has an elaborate cooking system, and every character has their own favorite food. If you were to serve a feast including Opera and Celine's favorites, you'd cook up some fruit and meat with intermediate cooking ability to create apple cider and baby rabbit risotto.
Adorable. Is this Starish in the second story?
Indeed it is.
Yay! It's because Opera is the best.
Opera's great.
Opera.
She's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
In that game. I feel kind of bad, too, because you have to choose between Opera and Ashton, and those are like two top 3 guys.
I know, they're both my favorites, but Opera can shoot me in the face, basically.
It's true.
Agreed. Okay, we're at least 75% on Opera being allowed to shoot us in the face. Okay, so each of you has one question remaining, and Alana is ahead 9 points to 7. So so Mike, you really should consider getting this one correct to stay in the game.
You know what? I'll think about it, yeah.
All right.
Sumeru City from this PS1 game features many fine restaurants, including Peace Diner, Jolly Rogers, and Claire de Lune. You can change the menu at many of these places by spreading rumors in town.
Nah, I don't know. I feel like I should, but no.
Alana, can you steal?
I'm gonna guess a random PS1 RPG and say there's too many. Legend of Dragoon? I have no idea.
Nope. It's Persona 2. We would have accepted either Innocent Sin or Eternal Punishment.
Oh.
That
Yeah.
sounds elaborate enough for it.
Yeah, there's 2 Persona 2s, but they have basically the same set of restaurants in both games.
Yes, and also, I believe you got Innocent Sin and we got Eternal Punishment.
No.
So-
We got Eternal Punishment on the PS1, but not Innocent Sin. Innocent Sin completely skipped the Western world. And then
okay.
And then Innocent Sin got a PSP release many years later, but Atlas decided instead of releasing the PSP version of Eternal Punishment, they just republished it, the PS1 version. So
No, you're right. Yeah,
so
I think we didn't get either of them actually. Now I think about it.
Oh, that stinks. I'm sorry.
We got the PSP versions.
Oh, okay,
eventually, but yeah, not the yeah.
Yeah, so Persona 2 in the West is slightly confusing, but I guess too confusing for either of you to get the points on it.
Never played it. I feel bad.
I've played Innocent Sin to the end, and it was really, really cool. But I've only played Eternal Punishment through part way. I should eventually get to that, since I am a bit of a Persona fanboy.
I have a playthrough of Eternal Punishment that's not quite all the way through. I really should finish it.
Yeah, agreed. But I really enjoyed my time with Innocent Sin. The final, I actually may have shed real tears during the final cutscene.
Yeah,
Aw.
they're a good duo.
Yeah. So anyway, Alana, one question left. You are ahead, but if you get this wrong and Mike steals, then it's a whole new ball game. In this PS Vita RPG, the military base at Guerrilla Fortress has a hashed beef rice day that is extremely popular among the soldiers. Emma and Milliam are particularly good at cooking this recipe, which is clearly Japanese curry.
Oh, this is beautiful. It's Trails of Cold Steel.
Correct. And with that, Alana wins the round 2 of the second RPG fan quiz show, 11 points to 7.
Nice.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yay. No, you did really well.
I did okay in the second round.
You did do really well. You did do really well on the second round. That was my undoing.
Yeah. Mike caught up in the second round and then briefly pulled ahead, but Alana closed it out. It was very good performances on both sides. Slightly higher scores than round one. So you can make fun of Zach and Leona for that. In fact, please do.
Good job.
And Alana, we are going to have a final round that is you versus Leona, the United Kingdom contingent of RPG-Fan duking it out.
Girl power.
And also, I think that it's just indicative of the fact that the UK has better quiz shows than the United States.
We do.
You've had better practice.
We do.
So, thank you and good night from me and Hilary, your personal Alexander Armstrong and Richard Osman. See you next round.
Okay!
And we're back with the finals of RPG Fan's second quiz show episode. I'm Mike Sollosi, and I'm accompanied here by Hilary Andreff. Okay.
Hi.
And Hilary and I are joined by the winners of the previous two rounds. Listeners, it has been minutes since you encountered these two winning their respective rounds, but it has been several days for us because we spaced out the recordings a little bit. First, the winner of round one, Leona McCallum.
Pause for applause. Hi guys! Thanks, I'm so glad to be back.
And the winner of round two, Alana Hagues.
Girl Squad's here to kill everyone.
Yeah, it is a special. It is a special Ladies' Night UK edition of the of the RPG Fan quiz show.
As well, yeah, very Leona up in the north and myself up in the south, down in the south.
Yeah,
we've had this war before, haven't we?
We have, yeah.
And now that I think about it, the United States and the UK have had this war before as well.
Yes.
And the earlier rounds of the quiz show, you might remember from May when we did the first episode, are inspired by the NPR American quiz show Ask Me Another. But I decided to take a little bit of UK inspiration for the second round of the quiz show. Are we all ready? Are we ready to just get right into the questions?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ready.
Okay, now this is going to be divided into two rounds. Each round is 10 questions, 5 each. And the first round, you might remember that I often name rounds or base rounds on previous episodes of Retro Encounter. Mm-hmm. So the first round is called This Round Is Not About RPGs. And it's a little bit similar to a round in a UK quiz show that I enjoy. Basically, I'll present you with two clues. The first clue will be an obscure clue or highbrow clue, and that clue can be about anything. And it will not be about RPGs. It could be about, I don't know, top 40 UK singles. It could be anything. And if you get the question right from that clue, you get 2 points. And if you get it wrong, then you get an RPG clue. And the RPG clue is considerably easier, and if you get that right, you'll get 1 point. And they have the same answer. So, off the top of my head, obscure clue, this is the first name of the wife of novelist F. Scott Fitzgerald. And the RPG...
Zelda.
Yeah, and the RPG clue could be, this is the Hyrulean princess often rescued by Link. And so the answer to both clues is Zelda, but you would get... 2 points for F. Scott Fitzgerald and 1 point for our Hyrulean princess. So, and if you get both wrong, then your opponent has a chance to steal for 1 point. But
everyone's going to see how dumb I am.
Yeah, you can't get the steal for 2, but you can get the steal for 1.
Okay.
And again, these are directed questions that will alternate reader. So let's have me read Leona's questions and Hilary read Alana's. Are you ready to begin, Leona?
Mm-hmm. And the first, can I say the first category?
Okay, sure. Oh, we're having sort of the obscure clues will share categories. So we're not going to unbalance things by giving Leona 4 science questions and Alana no science questions.
Yes. So the first set of questions is going to be natural sciences.
All right, so Leona, your natural sciences clue.
Okay.
The common name for any animal in the family Hylidae or Ranidae, among others. Approximately 4,800 different species exist worldwide.
Oh.
I need an answer, Leona.
I got a lowbrow question.
Okay, down to your RPG clue. This playable character in Chrono Trigger was transformed by the sorcerer Magus into a not quite human form. His real name is Glenn.
Frog.
Frog is correct. So now I think you have some idea of how this category is going to work.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. Are we ready for your question, Alana?
I'm ready.
Okay. Your highbrow clue, your obscure clue, is the common name for disturbances in the Earth's magnetosphere caused by solar wind. This phenomenon is named after the Roman goddess of dawn.
Oh no. Shoot. Go lowbrow because I'm drawing a blank, but I do know it.
Okay. The protagonist of Child of Light isn't exactly a princess in her fairy tale inspired adventure, but she does share a name with the title heroine of Sleeping Beauty.
It's Aurora.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Correct.
Ah.
So yeah, you get it. Now I apologize in advance for these next two. The second set of questions is about geography.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Ooh.
Leona.
Uh-huh.
A mountain range and peak of this name occupy a state park just east of the San Francisco Bay Area. Every autumn, the park hosts March of the Tarantulas, which are guided hikes to observe the mountain's large tarantula population become very active during mating season.
What? No.
That's not something I want.
Please.
I could not resist including a March of the Tarantulas clue. I apologize. Okay, your RPG clue. In this 1996 action RPG, a warrior, rogue, and a sorcerer face an army of demons and undead originating from beneath a cathedral in the village of Tristram.
Oh, pass.
Okay, Alana, can you steal?
I can't steal.
The answer is Diablo.
Yes.
So it's Mount Diablo is the March of the Tarantulas mountain in California.
Oh wow.
Cool.
I think Sollosi just really wanted everyone to know about the March of the
I
Tarantulas.
really did.
I
really did.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy with that knowledge.
So it's Alana's turn.
All right. First clue. This English colony established an elected legislature called the House of Burgesses in 1642 and ratified the United States Constitution in June of 1788.
Oh, no, lowbrow.
This name identifies the main character and team leader of Wild Arms 3, and also the U.S. state where Michael Sollosi records every retro encounter episode.
Nice! Virginia.
That is correct. All right.
Virginia Maxwell.
She's a cool main character. She was one of the highlights of Wild Arms 3 for me.
Nice.
Okay, now the next two questions are going to be about popular culture.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
and I apologize, but this is also an obscure clue, very, very specific to me. So, Leona, this music genre, related to funk and R&B, originated in Washington, D.C. in the 1960s, with early progenitors including Chuck Brown and Black Heat.
Oh. Little bro.
Okay, in Final Fantasy V, a character of this name bequeaths the mime or mimic job, and in Final Fantasy VI, a mimic character of this name joins your party. It's unclear if they are the same person or not.
Go-Go?
Go-Go is correct.
Yeah. Hold on.
Go-Go music is a lot of fun. There's still dedicated Go-Go clubs in DC.
I learned something today.
Unless you know a lot about pro wrestling, I think you're going to learn a second thing today.
Nice.
All right, get ready. What professional wrestler, real name Adam Copeland and nicknamed the Rated R Superstar, won over 30 championships in World Wrestling Entertainment, including more than a dozen tag team titles with his childhood friend Christian?
Oh no. Okay, lowbrow.
All right. This razor-sharp name identifies both the captain of the SRF 003 Calnus in Star Ocean: The Last Hope and the Ninja Prince of Avalon in Final Fantasy IV.
It's Edge.
Edge is correct.
I'm not happy with that at all. How dare you use Edge Maverick as a question and answer?
because one of my favorite wrestlers of the 2000s was also named Edge.
That's true. I had two answers. That was one of them. I wish I'd gone for it.
Hey, it's worth a
I
guess.
would have been so impressed, Alana, if you got that
there's no penalty for just a random guess at the obscure clue.
Know.
So
I know.
maybe you should have gone for it. Okay, the next two questions are about the humanities. And Leona, your obscure clue. Fill in the blank from the poem Kubla Khan by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. In blank did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree, where Alf the sacred river ran through caverns measureless to man, down to a sunless sea.
Damn this! I know this.
Oh no! I guess I assigned the wrong questions to people.
No, because you did the right thing. You took.
See, you're reading it out, and my mind just goes blank. It's like you're saying blah 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 blah.
So I think that's a cry for help for the RPG clue.
Yes, please.
Okay, this influential 1985 PC RPG, developed by Nihon Falcom, was a predecessor of the Legend of Heroes series, and eventually had a next sequel in 2005 and a Tokyo sequel in 2015.
Oh no! I only know the East series is also them. I don't know. Pass.
Okay, Alana, can you steal?
Xanadu.
Xanadu is correct.
Oh, Tokyo Xanadu, right. Got it. Okay.
The obscure clue was either going to be the Kubla Khan poem or the completely bonkers disco Greek Olympic musical from 1980.
I would have got that one.
Starring Olivia Newton-John. Yeah.
It was two different people. I know the romantic poetry, and then you know the disco Greek.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I should have given Leona the disco musical instead of... Okay, I forgot we had one disco musical contestant and one romantic poetry contestant.
I don't like romantic poetry, but
Maybe Leona.
Okay,
really
maybe
doesn't
you like Alana, maybe you like classical music. So here's your
okay.
question.
Ooh.
All right. Your first clue is, this is the name given to Mozart's Requiem in D minor, K626. Sequentia dies irae.
Dies irae.
Dies irae.
All good.
Oh, no. No. Pass. Lowbrow, please.
Latin for weeping. This word is included in the subtitle to 2016's East 8.
Lacrimosa?
That's correct.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yep.
I would have got that one, even as a hybrid question. We should have switched these questions.
Really?
Right?
No
Yeah.
way! Oh, God.
So you know the Lacrimosa chorus from Requiem in D minor?
I do, because I was a big Evanescence fan, and she did those.
Oh, that's
God,
right.
yes, cool.
That's right. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Okay, so these are the last two questions of the round, and the subjects are video games other than RPGs. Okay, so Leona, your first clue.
Uh-huh.
And these are both very Sollosi questions.
Of course. What of these aren't?
Fair. In Mega Man X4, this operator NPC assists Zero during his story path, only to betray him out of grief when Zero kills her brother.
Zelda.
Okay. Here's your RPG clue. This young prodigy is the Opelucid City gym leader in Pokemon White, but not Pokemon Black, and the Unova League champion in Pokemon White 2 and Black 2. She specializes in Dragon-type Pokemon.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm forgetting this. Oh no! Pass! Oh no!
Oh, okay, Alana, can you steal?
Iris.
Iris is correct.
I hate myself.
She's so cute.
She's really cute. And, okay, Alana, your next clue. Go ahead, Hilary.
Your first clue is it Garu?
Garo.
I actually haven't
God,
seen Garu.
I knew. Why did I know this would be about her?
How remarkable. This police officer and grappler is Blue Mary Ryan's cousin. He's accompanied by Marky, the son of his murdered police partner, and determined to bring Marky's father's killer to justice.
You've probably told me about this, but lowbrow.
Okay, he's not one of the main characters, so I'm not sure I've told you about this. I've definitely told you about Terry and Bonjane, but that's not the answer.
Yeah, they're like the two I could name.
Okay. This name may refer to either the boy who can transform into a werewolf in Trials of Mana, or the playable priest of the Septian Church in the second and third Trails in the Sky games.
Kevin!
Kevin is correct.
Yay!
After round one, Alana had a pretty dominant first round, and she is ahead of Leona 7 points to 2. But but it's still anyone's game, because in the second round, each question is worth 2 points. I don't know if I want to apologize. Actually, no. There is no apologies here. You probably had two assumptions going into this quiz game. The first assumption were that all the clues would be about RPGs, and I twisted that assumption a little bit with that first round with 10 clues that were not about RPGs. And the other assumption you probably made going into this quiz show was that I wrote all the questions. So there are these are no longer Sollosi questions because I asked around the RPG-Fan staff and got 10 people who have appeared on this podcast to write 10 questions for round 2.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Incredible.
So and these are just single questions, they're not multi-part or anything, and it's 2 points for getting it right and then 2 points for a steal.
Ooh, yikes.
And
I'm going to be annihilated here.
No! Don't say that!
The biggest score difference in history in the quiz show.
And maybe it'll help out. We will say who the author of each question was at the beginning, so maybe that can inform your clues a little bit.
I need to know who to yell at later.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll take a hit list.
So are we ready to begin? We're going to switch around order, so Alana gets her questions first. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Alana, your first question is by Hilary Andreff. In Legend of Mana, you can recruit Mambo as a pet from the Norn Peaks if the region reaches Salamando level 3. What iconic mana monster species does Mambo belong to?
Oh god. Mushroom? The Mushbooms?
Incorrect. Leona, can you steal?
I don't know, the fun guys?
Nope.
Same.
There's a couple answers I would have accepted here. We have Tomato Man or Beet Man, Shamonian, or Eggplant Man. All acceptable answers.
You were surprisingly close with Mushboom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were in the
I was in the food category.
Yeah, you were in the edibles category.
Yeah, that's fine. Shamonian is my favourite anime name from those games.
Shamonian is pretty good.
Yes.
So, okay, Hilary, go ahead with Leona's first question.
All right. So this is a question from Mike Salbato, and apologies if I butcher any pronunciations here, but Azema, Thaliak, Nafuna, and Asukan are members of this exclusive group from Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh no, I've not played this. What do I know about Final Fantasy XIV? Limsa Lamensa.
That is a Final Fantasy XIV thing, so I'm proud of you, Leona.
Yeah, well done.
Alana, can you steal?
Wild Stab, is it the Warriors of Darkness?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've got far enough.
The answer is the 12, which are the 12 gods and goddesses that are worshipped by most of the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get associated with one of them at the beginning of the game when you choose your birth time. Yes,
you do. Yeah.
My main character is a warrior of Azema, the goddess of the sun. But all right, Alana, it's your turn again. This question is by Caitlin Argyros.
Okay.
This bumbling duo travel through the continent of Zemuria and cameo in nearly every game in the Trails or Kiseki series. One is a helpless, unlucky romantic, and the other is his long-suffering companion.
It's Estelle and Joshua.
Incorrect.
What?
Leona, can you steal?
I don't remember their names. It's those two guys, isn't it? The one.
No!
The one who can't get a date. Oh.
Yeah,
that's exactly correct. That's exactly correct. But I need a name.
Oh, Bob and Josh.
No, Alana, do you remember?
I don't remember their names, but I know exactly who you mean now. I feel like a bit of an idiot.
It's Anton and Ricky.
Yes! That was a good question.
Damn, I sounded so sure as well.
Yeah, that made it better, to be honest. It made me feel better about my low score.
Leon, are you ready?
I suppose.
Okay, this is a question from Zach Wilkerson.
Okay.
This action, yes, your old rival. This action RPG has an unusual boss battle available as DLC. A duel against Square Enix president Yosuke Matsuda and Platinum Games CEO Kenichi Sato.
Oh, Neptunia?
Incorrect. Alana, can you steal?
Nier Automata?
That is correct.
Yay!
Oh, bad.
I have not played that game, but the more I hear about it, the more I think I should play that game.
Yeah.
It is pretty excellent.
I had to YouTube that boss fight after Zach suggested that as a question, and
It's real.
It's real and it's pretty bonkers.
It's hard.
Now, Alana, your next question was written by Brian Ingemanson. And listeners, you may not be familiar with Brian, but he is one of our audio engineers at RPGFan and has edited probably at least 50 episodes of Retro Encounter. So he is absolutely part of the podcast and one of my favorite humans. So anyway,
Thank you, Brian.
Yes.
So yes, thank you, Brian. And Alana, here is your question.
Ooh.
As part of this guild's quest line in the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, you are awarded with a horse who may not be quite of this world. The guild's calling card is a black handprint.
Oh, I don't know the name of the guild, so I'm gonna have to pass, I'm afraid.
Okay, Leona, can you steal?
Artax.
Incorrect. The answer is the Dark Brotherhood.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they're the Assassin's Guild. They're the coolest quest in Skyrim.
I only remembered them as the Assassin's Guild, so yeah. Damn it.
I mean, they're the coolest guild, so I'm not surprised Brian chose them as his Skyrim question.
This just shows my lack of Western RPG knowledge.
Okay, Leona, you ready for your next question?
Yes.
Right. This one's from Audra Bowling.
Okay.
In this RPG, 5 mermaid sisters named Lilan, Liloon, Lilan, Lilen, and Lilin can craft accessories for the protagonist.
Suikoden 4.
Correct?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right.
Thank you, Audra. I love you.
All right, Alana, here's your next question, and it's written by Peter Triesenberg.
Ooh.
Identify the CF superboss in Final Fantasy XIII, named after a historic king of ancient Gaul.
What? Super boss? No, I'm sorry. No
All right,
idea.
Leona, can you steal?
See, Super Boss. I just played this game. I should know this. Oh, I don't know.
Now, this would have been a great question for highbrow, lowbrow, but but when Peter gave it to me, I decided I should stick to the format and put it here. It's Vercingetorix.
No.
That's a great name.
Oh yeah.
I think I know that name from Yu-Gi-Oh.
I think I know that game from Asterix comics.
Oh no, that's where I know it. That's where I know it. That's where I know it. Okay.
Okay, but, Leona, you have a new question now.
Okay.
All right. This question's from Lucy Gray. Which 2 playable characters from earlier Persona titles are found on subway advertisements in Persona 5? You get 1 point for each.
Rise.
That's one.
Naoto.
The second one is much trickier, but Alana, can you steal that second point?
I think it's an earlier game, but I'm going to make a guess with Mitsuru.
No, it's weirder than that.
Okay, who was it?
So it's one of the spin-off games. It's Kanami Mashita, or Kanamin.
Ah, okay.
From Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course.
So Leona gets 1 point for Rise.
I'll take it.
And
Hey.
then no one got the second point for Kanami.
Yeah.
Alana, your last question of the game is from Stephanie Sabidlo.
Hit me.
Okay, of the 24 starters in the main series Pokemon games, which fully evolved starter is the tallest, and which fully evolved starter is the shortest? This does not include Pikachu or Eevee or their evolutions.
What the heck?
Oh,
You get 1 point for the tallest evolved starter and 1 point for the shortest evolved starter.
So I think the tallest is Superior, and then I think the shortest, I'm going to make a guess with Torterra?
You get 1 point for Superior. Superior is over 11 feet tall.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
measure snakes from head to tail.
And it's over 3 feet taller than the second tallest for Alligator. So Leona, you can still steal the shortest fully evolved starter if you have a guess.
You make a guess.
Swampert?
No, the answer is Infernape.
Wow.
Oh, really?
That would have been the last one I'd have gone
Infernape
for.
is only 3 feet 8 inches tall, which makes the second shortest is Cinderace, which is 4 foot 7 inches tall. So almost by a full foot. It's the only Pokemon fully evolved starter under 4 feet tall.
So we're confirming that the fire starters are all the tiny angry
Yeah,
children.
they're all-
basically.
And I think the second and third tallest are both water Pokemon. So the water Pokemon are big boys, and then the grass Pokemon are just all over the place. So last question of the game is for Leona, and it's written by Jonathan Logan. So Hilary, go ahead and read the question.
Yeah. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is a 2005 DS remake of the 2001 GBA game, and the DS version added a fifth case implementing touchscreen features. What is the extra case's title in English?
Oh my god. Oh, turnabout snickerdoodles or whatever she eats.
Snickerdoodle is one of my favorite words.
Alana, can you steal?
Not quite.
Absolutely not.
Okay, the deep irony is that's the only case in the series that doesn't have turnabout in its title.
Yeah.
So the case is called Rise from the Ashes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh.
You know what? I was going to say Turnabout Phoenix, and that was like, nah, that's not right, because that's just
You're partway there with that line of thinking.
No, it's just because it was like Phoenix, right? But, yeah.
Okay, so after 20 questions and 30 clues, the final score is Alana with 10 points and Leona with 5 points. Alana is the champion of the second Retro Encounter quiz.
Yay!
Thank you.
You deserved it.
All right, well, I hope you guys had fun. I had a lot of fun writing these questions. I had to get a little weird and creative writing those highbrow lowbrows at the beginning. But it was a lot of fun recording these with you. And listeners, I hope you had as much fun as I did, and did not nearly suffer as much as poor Leona and Alana did.
I have some RPG-fan staffers to yell at now.
But not Audra. Audra had your back.
Oh, no, Audra's the same. Audra's the same.
All right, so this has been episode 215 of Retro Encounter. Thank you, listeners, for accompanying us on this journey of Alana becoming the very best that no one ever was. You can. Let's see, what do we have coming up in the Retro Encounter queue? We're doing 2 episodes on Ghost Trick later this month. I've started playing the game, and I'm enjoying it maybe almost as much as I did when I first played that thing 8 or 9 years ago. And so we're going to have 2 episodes, a full game journal on that DS classic very soon. And afterwards, we are doing our year in review episode that we have done every year, I think, since 2015 or 2016. So this is going to be the latest in several in a row of our year in review episodes. It's maybe the least retro episode that we do every year on Retro Encounter, but it's always a lot of fun to record and just to talk about our favorites and disappointments of the year. And I can confirm this. In January, we are playing Suikoden 5 as our game journal episode.
Excuse me? Did we bring a goose here today?
There's definitely a goose here today.
Oh no. Okay, I'm officially renaming those Untitled Suikoden episode. We're having 2 Untitled Suikoden episodes in the month of January. That game won a poll that we conducted on our Facebook and Twitter pages following episode 200. So Suikoden 5 won the poll and is finally appearing on the show in January with 2 dedicated episodes. We're not the only podcast in RPG Fan, though. We also have 3 other fine podcasts. Random Encounter, which focuses on current events and randomness. It's hosted by Greg Delmage. Plus Rhythm Encounter, which is blank episodes and is hosted by blank. That's not a quiz show question. I just truly do not know what is going on with Rhythm Encounter in 2019. Hopefully it makes a triumphant comeback in 2020, because we have talked about it behind the scenes here at RPG Fan. And the third podcast that we host on our podcast network is Phoenix Edge, which is hosted and recorded live on YouTube every week and is focused mostly on current events. You can find all 3 of those podcasts, plus this very podcast, Retro Encounter, on the RPG Fan podcast section in RPGFan.com. And speaking of RPGFan.com, there are many other fine aspects of the website that you listeners can check out. We have a Twitter page, a Facebook page, an Instagram page, a Discord server, of which you, Leona, are one of the moderators. Mm-hmm. And also a Twitch channel, which has something streaming basically every day. And in addition to that, what else do we have? Oh, we have an email address. If you want to reach out to us directly, the best way to do so is to email retro@rpgfan.com. I check that email address multiple times a week. But listeners, if you want to reach our panelists directly, what's the best way for them to do so? Alana, how can listeners reach you? Champion Alana.
Please don't. I've been Gigantamaxed and now I'm a champion, so I suppose we've gotten somewhere. You can find me on Twitter at Alana Hagues. If you would like to email me, my email address is alanah@rpgfan.com. And on Discord, I may occasionally pop up as Diving Falcons.
All right, and my copacetic co-host, Hilary, how can listeners reach you?
The best way to reach me is our Discord, and I am EPFire there, or HilaryA@rpgfan.com.
And Leona, gracious in defeat, thank you so much for coming, but how can listeners reach you?
So write me a letter from prison after I murder all the RPG fan staffers who wrote me these questions. But you can also find me on Twitter at StarMongoose, on Discord at Discord StarMongoose, but I'm also on Twitch now and I'm playing Pokemon currently, and you can get me on StarMongoose RPG Fan on Twitch.
Yeah, you should talk to our Twitch people and have like RPG Fan host that Twitter. We could probably manage that out.
I've been
host that Twitch.
I've been hosted.
Okay,
yeah.
So that means that, but who needs to enter witness protection? Let's see. It looks like Mike and Zach, not Audra, Jono and Lucy. Yeah. Okay. So those four are going to be relocated to parts unknown before Leona can get to them.
You're killing like a third of my department.
We need a hiring drive anyway, Alana.
If you're interested in working for RPG Fan, then contact Mike Salbato or wait for one of our hiring drives. But listeners, if you want to reach me directly, you can find me on Twitter at @TheRealMonsoon or at Evoker for Dogs most of the time, and on the RPG Fan Discord server as Monsoon Mike, or on the RPG Fan forums as Monsoon. So I hope you had as much fun with that quiz as I had reading out the questions, listening to Alana try and figure out 2000s wrestlers.
I should have gone with my gut.
Like, I did not think Star Ocean 4 would make a new appearance on the podcast, but it did because I could not resist the siren song of Edge Maverick.
Oh, that name.
It's always me. It's always me.
Everyone.
It's not worse than Star Ocean 5.
Oh, yeah, Star Ocean 5 is the worst one. I haven't played either of those, and I'm not really inclined to either. Is that unfair of me? I'd probably be fastest to just replaying Star Ocean 2.
I have proudly never played a Star Ocean.
2's okay.
2's okay. I might play 2.
2 is the one everybody likes. I didn't gel.
I think I played 3 or something. I was like, eh.
Yeah, people like 3 until you get to the twist, which people have been making fun of mercilessly for 15 years.
Oh, it's not that bad.
I don't think I even got to the twist. I was just like, this ain't for me.
I haven't played it, but I know what the twist is just because of its...
Yeah.
Basically, yes, but I think we're gonna cut all that from the podcast. Just no, we're not over yet. I still have to say the magic words. Thank you, good night, and good luck.